and welcome to the Morning Serve, brought to you by TikTok. I'm Emma Lawrence, joined by Alicia Molik. Alicia, let's start with the women's draw, and the world number one, Iga Swiatek, has just been so dominant. What's impressed you most about her form so far?
First of all, I really feel like she's filled the shoes of Ash Barty incredibly well. She has a phenomenal game, incredible mover, no holes in her game. I think she does everything exceptionally well and really difficult for any opponents to make inroads on her game. And I really feel like she's got the confidence now to match. And she's a world beater. She's number one here, but I think she can deal with the pressure.
Do you think we've seen a world number one so dominant since Serena?
I mean, perhaps Iga Swiatek, I mean, she's just beginning to write her story. A couple of Grand Slams down. I feel like it's still the infancy of her career, and I think she's got more to show and more to give. There's actually wiggle room in her game to improve. I feel like her serve can get a little bit more beefed up, and she's proven. She's hard to beat on clay, but now she's matching it on all those other surfaces, and probably Wimbledon's one now she'll be eyeing off, as well as the AO.
Up next here at Melbourne Park, she's got Alina Rybakina. Will you be surprised if she doesn't win this one and then go on to take the title as well?
Well, this is really dangerous. Rybakina is a real giant killer. She won Wimbledon last year, a phenomenal athlete, really poised on the court. But there are other players standing in the way too of Swiatek. I'd have to say that Victoria Azarenka, a past champion, is one of those. She knows how to win here at Melbourne Park. Now a mother, and she's playing for a lot more.
So great to see as well, isn't it? Her coming back, that's a great story, which we're loving.
Well, it's more common now, isn't it? On the women's tour, by the way, and on the men's tour, to have families travel with you. And as I mentioned, playing for that little bit more. She's spent more years on tour, really grounded, and I think this would be quite significant for Victoria Azarenka. But she knows how to get through a two-week event. And for some players, where this is a new environment, it's incredibly difficult. But she's a seasoned campaigner.
Well, it is time now for our TikTok moment of the day, and this one goes to Martin Fucsovics for possibly the shot of the tournament so far.
Certainly in that category.
No way! The one-hander! What a shot! Come on, wow! Shot of the tournament. I haven't seen a better shot than that.
Well, given the circumstance too, I mean, you're trying to close out a set for a 2 sets to love lead, and Sinner is on him here. He's got him in trouble. That makes sense. Come in, and then it's a one-hander.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think it will stay shot of the tournament. Look, we've still got just more than a week to go, but the crowds have been lucky, haven't they, seeing all the action here at Melbourne Park. And there's always a pretty decent highlight reel, isn't there, after every single AO, but we're just warming up.
Now, it wasn't enough for him to get the job done over Jannik Sinner. Sinner, it's the first time he's ever come back from 2 sets to love down. We say that, well, the best minds in the game are saying he's going to win a Grand Slam title, whether it's this year, next year, the year after. What does he need to do to take his game to that next level?
I think he's a contender here already. I think a lot of those young guys are. Jannik Sinner was a champion junior downhill skier. He moves exceptionally well. What I like about his game too, he's smart enough to partner with Darren Cahill.
Yeah.
Now, he's probably the best coach on tour and adding to the game of Jannik Sinner. Darren mentioned he's such a pleasure to coach. Soaks up so much information. So I really love that combination for success.
We saw an incredible battle with Carlos Alcaraz at the US Open last year, and the two of them have been touted the next big thing for a while now. Obviously, Carlos already at number one, but who do you think, are they going to be on the same trajectory, or can you see one ahead of the other?
Yeah, Sinner, Alcaraz, you'd have to throw in there. Rublev, Berrettini, he's out, but you'd have to. He's touted as one of the next Grand Slam champions, but I love the game of Jannik Sinner. I think it can stand up to the best in the world. Fitness helps, but it's kind of nice, isn't it, to see this young brigade, even Korda, starting to inch forward and starting to break through. The new names.
What about the fact that Sinner, he's made the quarterfinals at every Grand Slam? How important is that versatility as well.
Well, I think it's building confidence. I think once a player feels that they're worthy enough for the second week of a Grand Slam, and that really is the benchmark. The quarterfinal is the turning point for a lot of careers, and once we've seen players reach that benchmark, they have gone on, but it's belief. And more importantly in Grand Slams, it's the belief that players possess in the second week. Some wilt, some thrive under the pressure and playing the big players, but we've seen a decent amount of seeds drop out here, haven't we, at Melbourne Park? So it's really opened up, I feel, in the men's draw.
Well, one of the seeds still left is Stefanos Tsitsipas. It's going to be a tough one for Sinner. Do you think he can get the job done?
Yeah, he can. Absolutely, he can. I think it's all going to come down to how often he decides to attack. I think Stefanos will be trying to make his way to the net as much as possible. Sinner's going to have to hold him off from moving forward and using his incredible chip and using his dynamic game at net. I mean, that's anyone's game. I'm also seeing a 5-set, 5-hour encounter as well. It's going to be brilliant.
We've already had a few of those. And what about the young American brigade in this men's draw? I mean, what do you think has sparked this next generation? Has there been a change that's seen so many young stars coming through for the Americans?
I think once one player breaks through from your nation, one of your peers, which these guys have all grown up together, you know, the attitude is, well, if he can, why can't I? And we're seeing that resurgence now. It's brilliant for American men's tennis, and obviously it had such a rich history in the past at a particular time, having Agassi, Sampras, Michael Chang, Todd Martin, the list goes on, Andy Roddick. So it's a really important time. I think it's a significant time for American men's tennis and starting to put it back in the spotlight in the United States.
Well, it's been 20 years since one of the American men won a Grand Slam title in the singles. Without putting too much pressure on them, is there one that stands out for you that you think will be the most successful?
Look, I really love the game of Sebastian Korda. Fortunate enough to have called his match in commentary, and I think he'll be a new number one soon. I think he'll be a Grand Slam champion soon. And the reason I say that is I love his disposition on court. He's incredibly calm, he's collected, but he's got the game to match. He loves to move forward. He took out Daniil Medvedev, who was quite comfortable in the surrounds of Rod Laver Arena and just handled the situation so well. But just a game we haven't quite seen. A beautiful backhand, can hit every shot in the book, so really, really exciting.
And up next, he's got the 10-seed Hurkacz. You backing him to get the job done there?
Look, I am. I feel like he's got the momentum now, and he's playing an incredible level, Sebastian Korda. And look, he's got a big serve as well, so potentially if this heat does arrive here at Melbourne Park, it will favour a lot of the big servers, a lot of the guys who like to keep points short, and Korda most definitely is one of them.
It's a very exciting time with so many young stars coming through. Alicia, thanks for your time, and thank you so much for joining us here on The Morning Serve. Thanks to TikTok.